Hi everyone. This week for library, your story is Billy Tibbles Moves Out by Jan Fernley. Brothers, sisters sharing? No way. Billy Tibble's bedroom was his favorite place. Sometimes it was tidy, mostly it was messy. Billy liked mess. Billy's sister Twinkle had her own room too. Billy wasn't allowed in there, but he didn't care. He liked his room best. It had his toys and his books and his new skateboard and his squeaky, creaky bed. And best of all, Billy had it all to himself. But things changed when Mom said to Billy, "It's time little Eric moved in." Little Eric was the baby. He slept in Mom and Dad's room in Billy's old crib. "He's big enough to share with you now," said Dad. "It'll be fun with you two boys together." Billy thought about sharing his room with little Eric and sharing his toys, even sharing his new skateboard. "It doesn't sound like fun to me," said Billy. "I don't want to." "Now then," said Dad, "we all have to share in this house, and that means you too, Billy." So the green crib was moved into Billy's room. Billy didn't like it one bit. "It's not fair," he cried. "I don't want to share." "All big brothers have to share," said Mom, "and that means you too, Billy." So little Eric moved in. And Billy Tibbles moved out. "I'll show them," he said. "I'm going to find somewhere better, somewhere all to myself." Billy tried the bathroom, but the bathtub was hard and uncomfortable, and the faucet went drip, 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 drip. And Twinkle kept knocking on the door. Billy tried the shed next, but it was scary and smelled like old boots. And Billy still had to share with the spiders. "Ah!" said Billy, "I'm not staying here." And he raced back inside. Just in time for a bedtime story. But Twinkle wouldn't share. Not even for a story. She pushed and shoved. Billy wiggled and kicked. Dad sent them both off to bed. "I've told you before," he said, "we all share in this house. And that means you, Billy. And you too, Twinkle." It was dark on the stairs. Shadows lurked in every corner. For the first time, Billy was glad he wasn't by himself. He held Twinkle's paw tightly. As they padded down the hall, they heard a funny noise coming from Billy's room. Squeak, creak, boing! "Oh, Billy," whispered Twinkle, "I bet it's a monster. A huge monster." "Oh, don't be silly," Billy said. But he squeezed Twinkle's paw even tighter just in case. Squeak, creak, boing, went the noise again. "Let's see if it's a monster," said Twinkle. You go first, Billy." They tiptoed to the door and peeked inside. And there was the little monster. Well, little Eric, wide awake and bouncing on Billy's bed. "Hey," yelled Billy, "get off my bed, and that means you." "No," said little Eric, "don't want to." Billy pounced, grrr, and Billy bounced very, very, very high. Squeak! Little Eric flipped. Creak! Twinkle joined in and did a somersault. Boing! Billy almost hit his head on the ceiling, but he didn't mind. This kind of sharing was fun. Downstairs, Mom and Dad had settled down to a nice, relaxing evening when creak, boing, squeak, boing, crack. "That's it," said Dad. "What's going on?" roared Dad. "Why aren't you asleep?" "The bed's broken," said Twinkle. "How did that happen?" asked Mom. "We were sharing," said Billy. "Dad told us to." "I'm bouncing," said little Eric. Mom raised a weary paw. No more explanations. "We'll figure things out in the morning. The boys can share with us tonight." "Me too," said Twinkle. "I like sharing." Dad didn't look too happy. "Sharing? With all of you?" he groaned. "I don't want to." "Now then, Dad," said Billy, "remember, everybody shares in this house, and that means you too." "So move over." And Dad moved over, because dads have to share just like everyone else. The children climbed into the big cozy bed, and eventually everybody had a very good night's sleep. Well, almost everybody. The end.